Giorgio in a pink scarf. And that's an interesting story. Charlotte actually grew up in this house. For those of you who haven't been around long, what my mom did was she ran a home daycare center. And there are a few people here who will attest to that, like Mayor Logan, who raised both of his sons, along with he and Elizabeth. And Charlotte was one of those probably 200 kids that over the years grew up in this house. She spent the first 7 years here.
Yep.
Has lived all over the world, most recently in England for the last 15 years, and decided she wanted to move home. So interestingly enough, home ended up being right here. So she started right at the end of the year as her manager, and she takes over the inn thing. She and her family live in the little apartment on the 3rd floor, and it's just been a really nice mix. She's got an events background, so we thought this was a good way to kind of show that off. And please take the time before you leave to look at the inn spaces upstairs. That's a nice new portion of our business. There's 3 bedrooms currently with a private balcony and 2 baths and a kind of a general area with a coffee and wine and breakfast bar for our guests. And then, all the wonderful, extraordinary items that we brought to you for a jillion years. We've added a new line of vintage jewelry and estate jewelry in the last few years, which is really popular, both with the women and their husbands when they're paying attention. That's what they really want for special occasions. We'd love to give you a tour of the upstairs if you'd like, or talk to you about any of the wonderful stuff that we've gotten in. And we also try and work as kind of the Chamber of Commerce substation. Everybody that comes in, because we embrace so many of our tourists, so many of our visitors on a regular basis. And we're always here to help anybody that you might have in for the weekend, friends, families, arranging private tours of houses like the Brockus house, engaging with Paul and Leon to help with the guided tours. So, it's just kind of what we do. We love the community, we love our business, and we love having you here this morning.
I had to have a crash course on Gonzalez history.
So, has anybody got any questions? Yes.
April 25th.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'll let you do that. And then I want to introduce a few people who've been employees for a while. I won't tell how many years, but we can talk about April 25th.
Our next event, so this was our sort of introduction to what we're going to add into Laurel Ridge. Our next event is a great big extravaganza featuring our beautiful custom-made pearl pieces. Barbara's wearing one, I'm wearing one. Daisy is also
wearing one.
Modeling one now. That is April the 25th. We will have more of the same. Wonderful food, some champagne, and lots of lovely custom-made jewelry. So please come to that as well.
Every Saturday afternoon, if you have guests in town, we have champagne Saturdays every week. We serve champagne cocktails from noon until we close. It's just great fun. It's
very badly kept secret.
Barbara, are you going to do the farmers market again
We are. That will start the 2nd week in May this year. 1st or 2nd week in May. Corn and winter vegetables come in. It's been so cold and so gray, so late in the year that it's going to be a little bit later. But Sandy Lou Allen has committed to running the farmers market out on the side porches again, which was so much fun last year, and it kept us all in great, fresh, organic vegetables, which was wonderful. And again, it's just about supplying extraordinary products, whether it's arugula or Chanel, to everyone who crosses our threshold. And then I would like to introduce a few people. I'll start with Linda Garden, who's been my friend and partner in this since the beginning. Okay, Linda and I started this back in a long time ago.
When we were children.
She moved on to quite another life, ended up coming home. Was involved on a part-time basis. Janet Yoakum, standing next to her, who's been a part of it for over 16 years now. And her mother, who worked for me for 14 years before that. So if you're ever really a part of this organization and you're a good fit, it just becomes part of your life. Loretta Shirley, who's hiding back behind the jewelry case back there, who does a great deal of our graphic work. She does our magazine ads for us and does some of our internet work for us. And as I've already introduced Charlotte. How about anybody else hiding in the room that's worked here for forever?
We did have
Lucy Ann Valentine, who comes in when we do jewelry shows because she likes jewelry. So all I have to do is say trunk show jewelry and Lucy Ann here. I'll help.
And the old world ornaments.
And the old world ornaments, yes. So really, has anybody got any questions, or would anybody like a tour of the upstairs?
I'd like to see upstairs.
Okay, cool. I'll give you a tour then. All right.
Just follow the pipe.
Okay.